Hi, boys and girls. Thank you for joining me today. I am super excited for us to start our One Book, One School here at Sorrick. And I'm excited to tell you what our story for One Book, One School is. Our book that we will be featuring is called Ready Freddy Tooth Trouble by Abby Klein. And I think you're going to love this book, especially if you've been starting to lose your teeth, because it is a really exciting time and a lot of really funny things happen in this story. So let's get started with chapter 1, which is called The Only One. And if you have your book, I want you to read along with me and we'll enjoy this book together. Chapter 1, The Only One. Today, when the bell rang at the end of recess, my best friend Robbie came running into the classroom and almost knocked me over. "Hey, watch it," I said. Robbie was jumping up and down and waving his hands in the air, shouting, "I lost my tooth! I lost my tooth!" He was holding the tooth between his fingers, and he stuck his arm high in the air so everyone could see. "Let me see," said Jessie. Robbie smiled really wide, and sure enough, there was a big bloody hole where the baby tooth used to be. "Ew," said Chloe, backing up. "That is disgusting. Get away from me. You're going to get blood on my brand new velvet dress." "Is there a lot of blood?" Robbie asked, smiling. Just then, Mrs. Wooshie, our teacher, came over and said, "Oh, it's just a little bit of blood. Why don't you go over to the sink and rinse your mouth out with water? Just swish and spit, but don't swallow." "Yeah, blood is cool," said Jessie, "but you don't want to drink it. You'll get a stomach ache." "Actually, blood is mostly water," said Robbie. "So it really won't hurt you." Robbie is a science genius. He's read about 1,000,000 books and he knows everything about everything. "But only Dracula actually drinks blood," I said. "And so does Mr. Pendergast," Max said, laughing. Mr. Pendergast, in case you didn't know, is our principal. We call him the skunk. His hair is black, except for a thin gray stripe that runs right down the middle. But that's not why we call him the skunk. We call him the skunk because his breath stinks. Whenever he talks to you, you think you're going to pass out from the smell. "Here's a bag to put your tooth in, Robbie, so you don't lose it," said Mrs. Wooshie, holding up a plastic sandwich bag. "You have to keep it safe so you can put it under your pillow tonight for the tooth fairy. Once you're finished, then come to the rug and you can sign the big tooth." The big tooth. I hate that big tooth. Mrs. Wooshie puts up a new tooth every month, and you get to write your name on this big paper tooth every time your tooth falls out. Jessie, nothing scares me. Sanchez got to sign her name on there twice. Max, the meanie Sellers, went up to sign his name for the third time last week. And Chloe, I'm so wonderful Winters, has written her name on there 4 times already this year. I haven't gotten to sign my name even one lousy time. Great. Just great, I mumbled. My dumb old teeth don't want to come out. Before today, Robbie and I were the only ones who hadn't lost a tooth yet. Now, I'm the only one. The only one who hasn't lost a tooth. "Everyone, please come to the rug," said Mrs. Wooshie. "It's time for Robbie to sign the tooth." Whoop-de-doo for him, I muttered. Let's have a party. Robbie strutted proudly up to the front of the room. Here you go, Robbie, said Mrs. Wooshie, handing him a special pen with a smiling tooth on top. Robbie took the pen and signed his name really big. Robbie. Congratulations, said Mrs. Wooshie, and everyone clapped loudly for Robbie. Well, everyone except me. Now, let's see, said Mrs. Wooshie as she pointed at our tooth graph. It looks like Freddy Thresher is the only one who hasn't lost a tooth yet. Great! Did you have to announce it to the whole class? Now everyone is staring at me, and I think a couple of kids were laughing. I was so embarrassed. My face got as red as a tomato. I wish I could make myself invisible. Ugh, can I go to the bathroom? I asked Mrs. Wooshie. Sure, she said. I didn't walk. I bolted to the bathroom. I just wanted to get out of there. When I was safe inside the bathroom, I first checked to make sure no one else was in there, and then I looked in the mirror and smiled really big. Hey, would just one of you stupid teeth come out already? I yelled. I decided right then and there that no matter what, I was going to lose a tooth, and soon. I just had to come up with a plan.